Hello YouTube, hello Twitch, welcome back to another how to play ship guide. We are now going in with the Schlieffen. Also requested on my YouTube pages, gonna be very interesting to see. Now, first rule, don't go W forward into the spawn now and die. The way of playing a secondary ship, yes, Schlieffen and Libertad are two classic examples where you can W and do quite some damage. But you still want to utilize their strength in the moment where you can punch through the enemy. Play it a bit relaxed at the beginning. See an opening. And as soon as you see the opening and opportunity to push, then you take it. Before you play it safe, because otherwise all that's gonna happen is you have the people that run into the enemy spawn and die. In 8 out of 10 times, it's not worth it. Yes, it can work if the enemy team is really bad and doesn't know how to deal with it. You will have a good game and you will smash them. But in most scenarios, you should always think about that the enemy knows what he's doing and you will get smashed without doing anything but removing yourself as a damage machine. Now, we are on Land of Fire. We have a CV in the enemy team and a submarine, plus a couple of cruisers and battleship. Our Schlieffen is built into full secondaries and IFHE, so we actually pen battleship armor and 30mm of cruiser armor. Other than that, nothing really specific. We don't have fire prevention. It's probably the only ship I have on tier 10 that doesn't have fire prevention. Only battleship, but that's an exception. Every other ship, I have fire prevention on battleship. So what's so cool about Schlieffen? Again, really good secondary power, good concealment, good torpedoes. It is rather squishy, but it should not be underestimated how tanky the ship still can be. Now, what do we have to deal here with? We have a Venezia, we have Vermont. Something is in front of the Venezia, most likely the submarine. And we gotta wait now that the Vermont shot us. And then we can think about turning, for example. Oh! Even better, ADD is smoking us up. That is very, very nice. We go for this broadsiding cruiser real quick though. There's also a DD next to the Hurricane, good. Now, if you get an offer like a smoke screen like this, what you want to do is you want to stop firing. I think I turned a bit too late. Actually, we might be able to not eat one torp. Now we eat one. I turned a bit too late, yeah. In this scenario here, we don't want to shoot. Because when we shoot, we will get spotted. We're just gonna use our secondaries now and let them work. There's no reason for us to shoot. It just gives away our ship. At the same time, we're gonna drop the submarine. So we got some nice hits there. Our secondaries are starting to farm the Vermont and the Venezia.
Torpedos auf Steuerbord. Gute Arbeit. Torpedos auf Steuerbord.
I'm still not opening up. There's no reason to it. Now we're gonna open up. We got a perfect broadside on the Venezia. We're angled against the Vermont and boom. Venezia's dead. Here we can run now at the enemy. Even though it's gonna be painful against Vermont. Gonna get the Ibuki now as well. And there's most likely our second kill soon. Biggest threat for us is Vermont currently, out of all things.
Concentrate fire on the target.
Gegnerischer Kreuzer versenkt.
That was a great battle.
Vermont shot. But Husky is a bit annoying with the AP spam on me right now. I don't know if the Vermont used the back front guns or not, but we're gonna use this time to turn now. And also Citadel in here. I'm gonna switch my secondaries on the Kagero again. Kagero's dead. Oh, Ibuki Torps, that's a bit annoying. I couldn't really think about them right now because I had to deal with the Ramon. Now, this was actually a very fast game. Which is still not a big problem because it is pretty much won at this flank. The Polkarski was a bit annoying that he dealt some damage on us. And the Vermont is one of the ships that can punish us quite well. But this was still worth it. We had to go in here because we had the opportunity to kill pretty much 3 ships.
Hello there.
And all 3 died. We got the Ibuki, we got the Venezia, and the Kagero died. So, unfortunate at the beginning, I would have loved to play it a bit longer. I really would have loved to play it a bit longer. But the Polkarski here and the Vermont together was a bit too annoying. You always underestimate how the Vermont is going with it though. Still a good opening. What we're gonna do now is, because this is too short for my own good, I wanted to live a bit longer, we're just gonna put another game right behind it. We're just gonna put another game right behind it, because while this was an excellent destruction still on the side, I did not plan to die this early. So we're just gonna go another one in it. We're just gonna put another one on it. Even though it was worth it. Like legit, we killed the DD and 2 cruisers and the Vermont is pretty low. It was still a worth of a push here. Perfect. We got the same map again. We got the CV again. So this is actually perfect. This is just like the last game. But this time, we're on the other flank, which is even better for us because we have a lot of cover. And we're gonna try to play it a bit safer. I mean, they kind of were begging for it. And on the other hand, the smoke screen that was laid down by our... I think it was... what was it again? It was a Japanese destroyer. Can't remember the name. But the smoke screen kind of meant I had to go there. So, second game of it. And before you say something, what I did there is not the W I was talking about. We had an opportunity. We went for it. We got rewarded with a sane amount of damage and secured pretty much the important kills of the game and made the Vermont go away. If it wouldn't have been for the Polkarski on the side, then we would have probably even survived it. But the Polkarski damage with the AP, like the constant 5k salvos on me, were chunking out my HP too much, so I had to kind of try to disengage there. So in the end, still worth it. What I try to say to you is now don't go full in like here and then die without doing anything. Anyway, we're back on sleeping off Land of Fire. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go on the outside. I'm gonna support my Trump and Sen Yong. And we're gonna see how this all develops. We're gonna use this massive island here in case we need to disengage. And again, one thing we need to pay attention to is this time there's the Shinano and the Maine and Oregon. So there's gonna be really dangerous ships for us. Maine is gonna be pretty much just like Vermont. He can smash us with big salvos because he has 16 guns and they're rather accurate. Shinano, I don't need to say anything. It's Shinano. We gotta take a shot here because Hindenburg is the perfect target. We didn't get spotted. That's good for us to know. Vital piece of information. And yeah, don't underestimate Schlieffen main guns. They are still pretty decent. As you could see earlier also with the Venezia one shot. They have really good vertical dispersion. Horizontally they might be not that consistent, but the vertical dispersion of them is actually pretty good and should not be underestimated, as you can see. I'm actually going to commit to the Maso. We're going to use these islands to be shielded from the enemy BBs. I'm going to still activate my Hydro because Maso might torp towards me. And now we're just going to help our Trump against Maso. Aiming for the Hindenburg because he's exposing the citadel to us. Gonna launch tropes here from preventing Trump going to the objective. And I'm gonna keep going like this because Massot is running into us now. Good hit on the Hindenburg again. Very nice. Like right now here we have a massive opening. All BBs have been spotted, I think. Yeah, all BBs have been spotted. The Massot did a super late breaking there. By the looks of it. Ah, okay, he went already past the island. Okay.
Torpedos voraus.
He's somewhere here behind this area. I'm gonna block him from running away.
Torpedos voraus. Torpedos auf Steuerbord.
And now I'm gonna commit to the Hindenburg and Massot. Oh, the Massot made it away already. Okay, that's interesting. He must be here already, or he's here. Interesting. He actually made it out of here. I could swear he's not gonna make it out of here anymore. Anyway, Hindenburg is committed, so he's gonna have the fun of his time now.
Das gegnerische Team hat die Führung übernommen.
And now it's gonna rain secondaries. Oh, there's the Massot again. Never mind. Is he gonna eat my torps? That would actually be hilarious now. Nope, but they made him move and he's gonna beach. So it was still worth denying that area. Yeah, we made him beach with the torps. Let's go. Unfortunate, my man. And he is gone.
Gegnerischer Zerstörer gesunken.
He might have torped here. Still gotta pay that in mind. He is in range. We got a Babiano support. Nice. The Trump disengaged apparently. Interesting. We put our first seal up here. Or second one, I think, actually. And what we're gonna do now is, we're not gonna introduce people like most Schlieffen players would do. We're actually gonna play it rather defensive here. Utilize the islands again, Hindenburg. Come on, turn a bit more. We're gonna beach here. Or can we make the turn? No, we should be able to make the turn. Good. There's the Hindenburg kill.
Wir haben
Good.
einen gegnerischen Kreuzer versenkt.
How to brawl a Valparaiso? That's pretty easy. You're just gonna, like, even with his super heals, he's not gonna survive against the Schlieffen much longer. Besides printing us insane amount of damage. If the Valparaiso decides to show broadside, you can citadel him to oblivion because it's a Vanguard hole. You don't wanna, even with that kind of heals, you don't wanna brawl a Schlieffen.
Team hat die Führung übernommen.
What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go forward here and we're gonna pre-torp so the Oregon will be stopped from pushing here or will eat the torpedoes. Again, per example, vertical dispersion pretty good, horizontal is a bit awful. But I have rather a good vertical dispersion than good horizontal one. Because you don't care if the spread goes fully wide on a battleship as long as it lands on waterline. Ow! That was a Georgia pen, or Oregon pen. We're gonna ignore the Oregon, by the way, for now. And we're gonna instantly go for Valparaiso. Because Oregon is getting molested by Babiano. And if he keeps going forward like this, he's also gonna eat my torps. Gotta watch out about the main, though.
Torpedos voraus.
And the Finanos being a bit annoying now. Oh wow, we did 0 damage to the Valparaiso, interesting. Gotta pay attention to the main. Okay, what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna go for a hard turn away here. It's a bit risky against him, but his guns are fairly inconsistent. And I wanna get ready for the main here. Plus the Shinano is gonna grief me at the Preußen. I need to get away here.
Torpedowerfer zerstört. Feueralarm.
You can't lob over here. Again, the main reason is why I don't push here anymore is first of all I can support against main. And Shinano will constantly strike me if I keep going towards this direction. But we can go dark here. More torpedoes for the main. See how I use the concealment of the islands now, guys? This is exactly what I want to do. I'm not spotted here. If I do it right, I'm not spotted at all the whole time now. And I can farm with my secondaries. At the same time, we're stopping the main from pushing the objective.
Das gegnerische Team hat die Führung übernommen. Das gegnerische Team steht kurz vor dem Sieg.
The Shinano is a bit annoying, but there's nothing I can really do about that. That's just a T10 CV molesting in BB. In all fairness.
Problem gelöst.
And unfortunately, we're still gonna lose the game despite our best efforts at this cap. But that's the thing, you can't win all the games. Despite, like, our team did it pretty good at D cap, but unfortunately it looks like we didn't do so well on the other caps. So, it is what it is. Can't win them all.
Torpedos direkt voraus. Problem gelöst.
And that's GG. Nice, we got even to sit there. So, as you can see on decap, we stopped them for as long as we could. We actually managed to even win that flank, but unfortunately A collapsed, and that's something you cannot really influence at that part. You kind of have to rely that your team on that side is playing it a bit more safe, but we lost too many opponents. However, nevertheless, an absolutely insane and stunning game. And you see if a Schlieffen can live for like 15-ish, 13-ish, 14 minutes, how much damage you can actually dish out. And this is why it's so important, why you don't go in at the beginning. GG. I'm gonna compliment Peace Wizard because that Babiano player played it very good with me on the flank. Well played. DB minus Mon, Trendless plus 1, bester YouTuber. We tried. Good game though. 22 plane kills, 5 citadels, 2 kills, high caliber, 313 secondary hits. And that's a GG now. So again, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I could help you out a bit. So to show how to not die in the first 3 minutes of the battleship, just because you have insane secondary power doesn't need to be instantly used for full force. You still want to play with your terrain around you to maximize the output. Like exactly the last part here, where I didn't get spotted by main, was one of the plays where you can see how much you can utilize terrain to your advantage. And yeah, GG. First on the team with the Babiano, must say it was pretty good on the flank. We didn't win, unfortunately, but you can't win them all. I hope you enjoyed these 2 Schlieffen games in a row. And thank you so much for watching, guys. It really means a lot to me. Be sure if you like the comment once more. Like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. You would really help me out a ton. And bye.